Okay, Bill, where we left off was generating a list of steps that the query performs, the date table query performs. And as soon as we ended the video, Bill asked a great question. So we're going to pick up on that question. Go ahead, Bill.
Well, in terms of documentation, I looked at the comments there and I thought, well, somebody's going to follow this. Can we expand on those points to make it clearer? And
And
the answer is yes.
yeah, and that's a great question. I like the high level summary as a starting point, but as we talked about with ChatGPT, it's just an iteration process. So let's go back and say, so the last step was this, say, please modify the list of steps and let's generate that response. Okay, an expanded list of steps. And you can see that this is a little more informative, not too detailed, but I prefer this to the high level summary, or possibly in addition to the high level summary.
Well, and it gives somebody who's coming in fresh to look at it, it gives them more specific direction on what they're looking at.
Without actually digging into the query. Okay, so that's excellent. So I think the last area we were going to cover in this was actually commenting on our M code. So what we mean by that is if I go into advanced editor, what I would like to do is insert comments. And I just noticed when this query got redone, these two should be over just from a cosmetic standpoint. It doesn't affect the work of the query. And I'm these down here, same thing. Okay. So what we want to do is put comments in here so that we're able to have a comment before the step explaining what's being done. This is great best practice. In real practice, it's hard to do until ChatGPT came along. I shouldn't say it's hard to do. It's time consuming and tedious, so typically does not get done, along with what we just finished.
In the reality, any professional that's doing this work quickly comes upon is I can't, I want to get this done. And to slow down and take the time each step of the way, you rarely see it. But now it's much more readily possible.
So it's really moved from a tedious effort to, okay, I can get something to start with. And I can tweak it if I want to, but let's see what happens when I ask for this to be done. So I'm going to copy the entire M code. Again, I don't need to remember back to our other conversation because it's already in the string, but I'm going to because I specifically want to make sure it does this. So I'm going to do Control C. And let's see, we're going to go over to ChatGPT. And I have to put the prompt in, so I'm going to just paste that in there. Notice it's paste the whole thing in. I'm going to come back up here. Let's go over to our prompts. And I'm going to say, please comment the steps in the following M code. Use the /. That's the indicator that it's a note in M code. And put the comment in front of the step. Insert a blank row after each step for readability. Now I will make an observation. This is a relatively long query. Sometimes if the query is long, it doesn't finish the whole process and you need to do it in a couple steps. So let's see if this works. And if it doesn't, we'll show you how to change it so it does work. Okay, so I'm going to stop this because I don't like what it's doing. It's putting it after. So I'm going to say stop generating. Okay. Okay, so we didn't like what it was generating out. So I'm going to change just the prompt to say use and put the comment before. You know what? It's not going to let me do that. Okay. So I'm going to copy this. I can't edit an existing query that it are or existing
And,
request.
and I think you want to put the comment above, not before.
Yeah, right. So please comment in the following and put the comment above each step. Let's see what it gives us. It's still not giving it to us, Bill. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do it this way, Bill. I would Okay, Bill, let's see what happens.
Got it.
Okay.